morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading. We're going to use the Muse Tarot for your reading today. Before we go any further, firstly, thank you for those who've subscribed to my new channel. And if you haven't yet and you're interested, I've gone back to doing star sign readings on a new channel. So instead of intuitive, it's the Aussie Goddess Astro Tarot. It's quite hard to say actually. So thank you for joining me there. I know a lot of you are loyal followers on all my social media, but thank you too for your support on here. It's been a beautiful journey, and I, got to know many of you so very well. So thank you for supporting me. I'm at Young with the Living Wellness events next Sunday. So if you're interested in that, please pop down. I think we start at 10:30. I could double check that, but it is on my Facebook page if you want to follow up on that. I'm pretty sure the pre-bookings are done. Don't leave it too late if you're coming down, because last time I think we were booked out pretty quickly. And I feel like that is the end of the fairs for me for this year. So be the last chance in that area to get a reading for the year. I think that's everything. All right, let's get into your What's Cracking reading. I do shuffle the whole time I'm talking. So, all right, so we're starting off with the Lovers card today, which is an awesome way to start the day. Now, the Lovers card, I talk about this a lot. Traditionally in tarot, this used to be called the card of the choice. I'm not actually sure what date it turned to the Lovers, because I was reading the whole time and just realised that decks were putting out this new Lovers card. It still looks as though on the traditional tarot and many other tarots that somebody is making a choice between two people, so it can be that, but it also can just represent a choice generally or a new path to take. The Lovers card, as the Lovers card, represents two people being brought together by the divine. So it's a special sort of meeting up with somebody that's meant to be on your path for you. So whatever it is here with the Lovers, what do we have? The Ace of Wands. So there's a brand new beginning here. There is somebody coming in. If you're waiting on love, there is somebody coming into your life here. Somebody who's very passionate and driven. Because of that wand. So sometimes when the wands come out like the Ace of Wands, especially in a relationship reading, they can mean very strong physical attraction to somebody. So that real sort of sexual attraction. So that looks like what we're going to be reading on today. Okay, the Five of Wands is here with the Four of Wands as well. That's interesting because that's the Nine of Wands. The Five of Wands is about internal conflict. Sometimes it can mean conflict with other people, but more so for me, there are some cards that even though they mean a particular thing generally, they sort of take on the meaning of something different to me sometimes. And the Five of Wands makes me always feel like you're having some sort of conflict on what direction to go in. The Four of Wands, however, is a beautiful energy because it's about stability and security and commitment. Because they equal the Nine here, what I'm feeling is that there is something to do with somebody new coming into your life or somebody coming towards you here that on one hand makes you feel very conflicted about what you want in your life, but on the other hand is giving you an opportunity to build with them. So often with the Five, it could mean that you have perhaps concerns about the person, 4:04 on the clock. Maybe you're not really sure that they're the right person for you. Maybe you have a lot of things that you've dealt with in the past and you've got to work through some things in this particular situation. But because the Four of Wands is there, being followed by the Nine of Cups, which is incredibly beautiful energy, I feel with this Five of Wands, you just need to be aware that this particular situation or this particular person coming into your life may raise some issues for you around relationship. Maybe it's the first relationship you've had since a breakup. Maybe it's the first time you've sort of got on the map. Whatever it is, it's raising or triggering some personal conflict for you. So it could be that you have trust issues, for example, which means you've really got to work through them because this relationship's going to have great potential for you. But again, it could be about the choice of whether you even want a relationship. So let's see where we're going. All right, so the Eight of Wands coming out straight away. So there's communication coming through here. The Eight of Wands represents communication across the airways, and I have a feeling we had this sort of straight up yesterday. But it can also talk about the arrows of love. So maybe you're just really smitten with somebody. Maybe you've dealt with negative or narcissistic sort of people before, and you're sort of on the alert with that Five of Wands as to whether this person is the same or whether you've done enough work on yourself to recognize a toxic personality. Some people are very, very good at putting out an image of themselves that looks squeaky clean. And when we've had experiences ourselves, and I know I'm talking to many of you out there, when we've had experiences ourselves with toxic people, we tend to be really vigilant about how they speak, what they say. We're watching for the things like the love bombing, for example, and the butterflies in the stomach, which for me was an enlightening moment, because I always thought that the butterflies were a good thing, but that sometimes can be your internal mechanism telling you that something doesn't quite sit right. But if you've done the work, like I said, if you've really sort of got in and realised what's happened before and how you've been manipulated into falling for someone, then you'll be really vigilant with the next person. And sometimes we can sort of jump on things and make our own decisions, where I feel like you have to give something some time, but still be aware of those red flags. Anyway, let's have a look and see what's going on here, because I feel this is something to do with why you're being a little reluctant in this new relationship here. All right, so I have the Six of Swords coming through with the Two of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. See, there it is. That's exactly what I'm feeling here. You know, when you look at that, the Six of Swords is about moving away. The Two of Wands is taking a new direction. And the Nine of Pentacles is about really being single and independent. So for me, this is what you're tossing up on this communication. Do I want to go down in a new direction? Do I want to be with this person? Do I want to be single? Do I just move away and just get on with things myself? Or is this something with this Two of Wands that will give me an opportunity to move in a new direction? It's very possible here we're not talking about romantic love. You could be tossing up on a job, for example, where you've had a particular kind of job before and you're worried about going into the same thing again. You know, if you've had these negative or toxic relationships and then you've had negative or toxic workplaces, this can be what you're looking for. So you could be sort of carefully grinding through things, thinking, you know, am I seeing what I've seen before? How do I work with it this time? But definitely some sort of choice to be made around a relationship or a situation here, which is making you feel a little triggered. All right, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you're tossing up. Seven of Wands coming through here with the King of Pentacles. Okay, I'm feeling like for whoever I'm speaking to, this could be a new relationship coming in here. The King of Pentacles represents Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. But for me, that is often what I see as the partner card, the husband card, the long-term relationship card. This is a person who is really committed, who wants a relationship with you. Maybe they're just coming on too hard and fast. Maybe they're coming on really strong, and that is what's making you feel a bit nervous. Sometimes people can do things early in a relationship that really are red flags, but you know, again, it may be just their way of doing things. So I don't feel here that you're dealing with someone at this point in time who is toxic. However, there's more cards to come. But I would say to you, really be on the lookout as to whether this person has your best interests at heart. Now we have actually 3 twos here. So what am I missing? We've got the Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and Two of Wands. So the Two of Cups is missing. Now, I always think that's just as vital in a reading as what those cards are. Why? Because if it's missing, the one thing that's missing in here is this feeling of love and connection. That isn't here with that Two of Cups. So that may be what's sort of making you feel a little uncomfortable. Maybe this person is saying all the right things, doing all the right things, and they're super duper fixated on you, but maybe you're not feeling the connection. Knight of Wands coming through, Ace of Pentacles. All right. Now, this could mean you're dealing with somebody who is a bit of a player here with the Knight of Pentacles. But like I always say, players fall in love too. And very often the people we see as players are people who found it very, very difficult because of their own upbringing to trust relationships. So they move from one to one so people don't see who they truly are. There's a lot deeper reason for that happening. Not that it excuses it, but that's up to you to be able to trust yourself to pull away if it's not right. And I feel here this is what's happening. However, because I've got this Ace of Pentacles here, I feel that somehow or another that you're going to give this a go. Even if the love isn't evident, there's enough good things to put together in this relationship or this connection with this person that perhaps you'll be happy to just wait and see how it pans out. Love isn't always instant. You know, I've met people who've been in arranged marriages and they very much love their partners. So it isn't always an instant thing. We're misled into thinking the whole true love and you fall in boots and all. It doesn't happen always that way. Sometimes it takes a while to really start to trust somebody, but then the love will be more enduring and more worthwhile. This is why I'm really a very big candidate for making sure you build the friendship first rather than being sort of smitten with somebody, really sort of looking at who they are. And I'm feeling like here, this is quite possibly what you're doing here. After all, you're talking to someone who's had some pretty negative relationships along the way. All right, so we have the Lovers card coming through. So I think somehow or another, somebody's coming your way here. I do feel that there is, you know, a brand new beginning here. Something you feel very sort of attracted to this person, even if the love isn't instant. Okay, so we have conflict coming through. But at the end of the day, we have this beautiful wish and this dream of something stable and secure coming through for you here. So I feel like with this Ace of Pentacles, this connection has real potential for you. It is something that is showing some beautiful attributes from someone. I do feel that you're being cautious. I do feel that you're watching this person's sort of every move. But I do feel that this person's good and they probably have everything that you want in a person, but you're not feeling the instant attraction. You know, I always say to people, if something keeps you going back, then go back and check it out before you make that decision. Because not everybody fits our schema, our idea of what we think we want in a relationship. So it's worth giving different people a go. And I just somehow feel that this person is meant to be with you, even if there seems to be this sort of worry or concern about how you're feeling about this whole thing. All right, let's have a look. We'll read a Wisdom of the Oracle. Oh, no. Oh, no, there's two there. I don't want to read two. There it is. Time to go. Well, very interesting. 45. So maybe it is something you're going to consider whether it is a right thing for you or not. Either way, as long as you're making the decision for yourself, that's the main thing. This is endings, completion, walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn or experience. So maybe for some of you, this will be a case of packing up and walking another direction. Let's read the relationship message then on here rather than the general. It says it's over, or at very least the form of this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or the other person. This is a time of letting go, of knowing the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost, although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract. It is more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of a new beginning. If you want something deeper, walk away. So maybe you are deciding to take the break here. Maybe you are deciding that this person's not quite right. But I feel in the long run, this is about resolving your issues of conflict, maybe really understanding your own worth here. I'll leave you with that. Thank you.